Clay, would y'all look at this? Why is the air conditioner catching a hold of my hair like that? Lord have mercy. It's me and Clay Man. We're going to try to have us a day. Callie is at the beauty shop, so y'all know I don't ever leave her. So on her beauty shop day, we try to go do everything we want to do. Y'all, oh, look, a hot mess. It's hotter than Satan's armpit, y'all. Oops. And we are right. And we are right in the midst of the armpit. Do you hear me? Yeah, Texas is Satan's funky ass armpit. Let me get some gas. Hold on. What is it? Hold on to my hair like that. Y'all, I have filmed several times saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a video this week, and as you can tell, I haven't done one because for one, I hadn't felt like it. I'm not like, I don't want to say I feel depressed, because I don't feel depressed, but I know that, like, I don't feel sad, I don't feel upset, I don't feel anything. That's the problem. I don't feel anything. And like I don't want to do anything, and that's not like me. I love being busy, doing 1,000 things going at one time, and I'm content to do absolutely nothing, talk to nobody, do nothing, and that's my problem. So I know I'm dealing with depression. Well, I had gone back and started tanning again, and was feeling literally, I don't know why this is catching hold of. My hair is so fine, y'all. My daddy used to say it's like cat hair. He was a barber, and he said, when you're cutting your hair, you better not suck in, because you'll suck it up your nose, because it's so fine it don't fall to the floor, it just floats in the air. And he's right, you can see it floating in the air. So while my hair looks real thin, it's not. I have a head full of hair. It's just so fine. Anyway, so yeah, I went back and started tanning, was feeling a gazillion times better. But then, no, I don't know. Let me see. Clay and I, we're going to go and eat some Chinese, get him a haircut. I got to run to the bank. Dan lost his card. And anyway, I got to go handle that. And we'll have this talk when I get home, because look, this hair flying all around my face. I'm sweaty. I feel disgusting. It is 90 degrees and it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, let's have this discussion when I get home. I know, like, not that anybody really cares, but I know I have some friends that watch my channel that do care, and I just want to do a little catch up. So we'll catch up when I get back home, okay? All right, y'all, we are at the Chinese food place. We haven't gotten a haircut yet because they were swamped, but we're gonna eat us some lunch. As you can see, there ain't no low carbing going on over here, but we are both drinking Sprite because we're both off of caffeine completely. But we hadn't been here in a long time, have we, Clay? Let's dig in, y'all. This looks
we haven't been here in 2 years.
Great. Yeah,
crazy?
it's been a really long time. Y'all, do you know how hot it is? I hate to keep complaining. I look like, and I took a shower. I look like I need a shower. Y'all, I am sopping wet. The hair on the back of my neck is just wet. Clay's gonna load this. I stopped at Cato's and I got a dress. I'll show y'all when I get home, but yeah, I'm gonna go home and cool off. This is too much. This is too much. Y'all, look at Clay's haircut. Turn, look this way, Clay. She did a good job, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. Okay, it's a different day, y'all. Yesterday was when Clay and I went and did all of our running. I said I would show you my dress, but let me tell you, I think I put a clip in here of how hot my car was registering. It was saying it was 114 degrees with like 80% humidity. Y'all, that is disgusting. Look, I'm in my house with the air conditioning blasting and 2 fans. I have 2 ceiling fans up there. It's one fan, but it's got 2 things. Anyway, and I still look this shiny, y'all. That's why I don't ever get dressed. I thought, I'm gonna get up and get dressed. I'm gonna feel better, blah, 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 blah. How many times have I said that? And here I am, shiny as hell, wishing I hadn't put no makeup on. And as soon as I get done doing this, Callie's got to go to the vet this evening. When I picked her up from the groomer yesterday, y'all, this is my brain, and I apologize. It's like a pinball machine all the time. When I picked her up from the groomers yesterday, she said she's got a really bad ear infection. I didn't know this, y'all. Why was I not paying attention? I had told Dan, she's crying, like she's whining, but I can't tell it what. And I had said like 2 or 3 days before that, you know, her tongue feels, what's you want? I'm talking to the camera. You want to come here and show everybody? Okay, okay. This is my baby, y'all. Look at her. Got a little pink tail. Got a little pink ears. And that's not why her ears, I haven't dyed her hair in, she just wants to in my lap. I haven't dyed her hair in, I mean, I don't know. She was groomed. Like last time she was groomed, she didn't have an ear infection, and I haven't dyed her hair in between, so that's not why she's got an ear infection. I did bathe her. I usually try to bathe her one time between, she gets groomed once a month, and I bathe her once between her grooming. So, I mean, I don't know if that's right or not, whatever. I'm sweating, and I hate sitting here holding her. I'm gonna be even sweatier. But she's like, Granny, listen, look, you left me yesterday. You know I don't like that, so I'm gonna have to stick really close today. Well, she really ain't gonna like it when we go to the vet this evening. But she's gonna go see the vet this evening, and we're gonna get her ear fixed. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, yeah, she's got an ear infection. Got to take her to the vet today. That was it. I was like, I got to take her to the vet this evening. So, you know, I'm gonna film a little bit of video. Haven't done that in forever, so let me just get up and get dressed. Callie, you're going to have to sit beside Granny. Can I lay this pillow down and you sit on me? Sit right here beside Granny, okay? Because you a chunky monkey and you warm. So, yeah, that didn't really go off all that well. Y'all, look at this. I hate it. What can I do about sweating so bad? Anyway, I wanted to show y'all what I got. And I'll finish at the end of this video what I started telling y'all in the video yesterday. I went to Cato's. You can see the bag, Cato's. And like, I love Cato's, but I don't like to shop anything but their clearance, because in my opinion, their stuff is a little too expensive for what it is when it ain't on clearance. You wanna smell? Yeah. Okay, I got, oh, that's upside down. I got this adorable, look, I have this thing for pink, as you know. Look at this dress, y'all. Is that not the cutest? And it's got like a little, I don't know what that hem is, but yeah, I love it. It's gonna be cool. Yeah, it was $16.99 on clearance. So I picked up that, and Clay was with me and he wasn't feeling it, so I didn't stay in there very long. But I also, and I've been making stuff, like I picked up this thing of bracelets in there too. I love that. And that was, I've been making a bunch of bracelets and jewelry and stuff. And I was gonna tell y'all, I haven't been like just doing nothing. I mean, I've been doing a lot of nothing, don't get me wrong. Look, I made myself this cup, y'all. It says, when life gives you lemons, make pink lemonade. And I made this lid to go on it. Is that not, y'all, I love it. Yeah, I really like that. Made that for myself. I follow Louise Pentland. I don't know if you know her, but I followed her for years. And she had this dress on the other day, and I had been seeing it on H&M, and I saw it and saw it, so I was like, oh my God. And every time I'd run across it, I was like, oh my God, I love that dress. And then I would click on it, and it was like $24.99, and I was like, no, I don't love it that much. I know that sounds crazy, but you know, anyway. and I'll show you why it's even more crazy here in just a second. But anyway, I kept saying, no, that wouldn't look good on me. You know, I'm a big girl. That probably wouldn't look good on me. Well, then I saw Louise wearing it. She went to Disney with her family, and she had it on. I was like, and she's a big girl like me. But she had it on, and it was adorable. So I jumped my butt on H&M because I thought, oh yeah, it's not going to be available anymore. Well, I picked it up, y'all. Is this not... I mean, it is so cute. It's kind of short. It's not very long. But y'all, in the pictures and on Louise, it looked like cotton. And my stupid self didn't check the, like, I didn't read the details or whatever. This is, what is it made out of? I don't know what it feels like. It's made out of polyester or nylon. Look, a trash bag. This is going to be like wearing a trash bag. I will sweat. Like, this is cotton, and you see how sweaty I am. But this is adorable, y'all. I love it. But you can see straight through it. Look at that. You can see straight through it. So, but I have a little white, just a little shift, like slip kind of thing that I could wear in this. Well, the only size they had left in this was an extra large. And I thought, well, I've never ordered, I got a hair in my sweat. I've never ordered from H&M, so I don't know if an extra large would fit me. I'm terrible, y'all. I know I'm a big girl, and in my mind, I'm giant. So I ordered a giant size. Case in point, they've also had it in this print, which, y'all, you know how I feel about some pink. I freaking love, and on both of them, it's got this tie right here. I don't care for that. And I'll just snip it off. But I didn't want it in this pink color too. But the only size they had left in this was a 4X. So I bought it. I'm like, not a problem. It'll probably fit me. And this one probably won't, and I'll be upset. Maybe I'll give it to somebody. And I got them both. They were on sale for $14.99 or something like that. So I got a really good deal. So I got them both. 4X, which would fit me and somebody else. This one, an extra large, fits perfect. So yeah, there's that. But I'll tell you why me thinking $25 for a dress is stupid. Because I had been seeing, and I know y'all have too, you know, the buffalo plaid is, I mean, it's everywhere. This is buffalo plaid, gingham, whatever you want to call it. You know, you see it everywhere. And I've been seeing the girls wearing the gray and white buffalo check with a long, like, prairie type dress. You know, I know you know what I'm talking about because, like, they're everywhere. So I thought, let me run and get me some. I was going to order fabric online, but I need to feel the fabric. See, like, I need to feel the fabric, or I'll end up with trash bag fabric. And you know, anyway. So I ran into town to Joann's because Callie can go with me. So I go to stores where she can go too. I go in there and I bought black buffalo check, and I bought this gray buffalo check. I only bought enough of the black to make a shirt, and I bought enough of this to make me a dress. $90. And then I still had to come home. I've already made the shirt. I'll have to show y'all that. I forgot to bring it up here with me. I'll show y'all that another time. I made it, and then I did stitching all across the front of it. I love it. But y'all, I made myself this dress. I don't know when I'm going to quit sewing for myself. This is not the neck that the pattern had, but I didn't like the neck, so I made me a square neck. But y'all, it's the prairie, like several different, you know, layers of ruffles. When I first made it, I made the big mama size. Y'all, like I had a bed, like I just wrapped up in the bed sheets. And I was like, this is so ugly. And I thought, you know, I can't just not do anything with this because I spent $90 on this fabric for a shirt and this dress, which is insane. So I took it all back apart, cut it down to the size like of 1X, like I thought I should have, like I buy when stuff fits me or whatever, instead of like 4X or whatever. So I cut it down, remade it, and I love it. And I had even put like a ruffle at the end of the sleeve, but I didn't end up liking that, so I took that back off. But y'all, I love it, you know. And you know, I mean, this is made, I'm not bragging, but it's made really well, and it is a really nice, you know, heavy fabric. But again, y'all, it's so damn hot. I can't, I was going to wear it today, but I was like, it's too hot. I can't wear it today. So I have been busy doing stuff. I haven't been trying to like do nothing, but that brings me back to, I told y'all that I would tell you, like, I had started back going to the tanning bed, and because that, like, I have a severely low vitamin D, and I take vitamin D every day, but that, you know, it's not as good for you as like actually getting in the sun, because what our bodies can make is so much better than the supplement or whatever you want to call it. And I mean, it does help, but it's not anything like the sun. And I've always known that, and that's the way I've used it. But I do know I'm laying in the tanning bed, and that's probably not the smartest thing to do. So I was laying in the tanning bed, and y'all know, I think in one video, I don't remember, like I had filmed a bunch of times thinking I would make a video, and then I just never did make a video. But I don't know if it ended up making it into a video or not, but I was really struggling with dizziness. I was really dizzy, having terrible headaches. I ended up falling like 4 or 5 different times. It was terrible. Like, I would be fine until I bent my head forward, and when I would bend my head forward, the room would spin, and I couldn't, like, I just fell. I couldn't, there was nothing doing, but I was gonna go to the ground. So I ended up going to the doctor. Like, I had a scheduled appointment. It was not anything special. And my blood pressure was just a little bit high that day. Not bad, just a little bit. And so no big deal. She just said, you know, we just need to keep an eye on it. She said it's a little bit high, no big deal. And when I go to the doctor, she and I get to talking, and I'll get all riled up, you know. So she's like, and, you know, girl, you've been, you know, I don't remember what I was telling her about. But anyway, she said, yeah, it's no big deal. Well, later on that night, like when I was going to bed, I said, let me just check my blood pressure, because, you know, it was kind of high at the doctor today. I've never had high blood pressure. So I was like, let me just check it and see. Y'all, it was like 163 over something. I don't know. And I was like, oh, well, that's probably not good. And so I thought, okay, let me just lay here and relax, calm down, and I'll take it again later and see what it is. I took it again later, and it was like 170 something over, I don't remember what. And like in my mind, the top number is important, not the bottom number, but I know they're both important. So I'll wait a few more hours, and at this point, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I thought, well, let me just check it. It's in the middle of the night. I think I dozed off for a while, and I woke back up, and I took it, y'all. It's like 186 over, I don't remember, 92 or something. I don't remember what it was. So I was like, oh dear. And I've got this terrible headache. I don't want to lay here and have a stroke, you know. Anyway, so I woke Dan up, and he's like, oh yeah, let's take you to the hospital. And I said, no, just take me. There's like a little ambulance place in your town. I said, so take me over to the ambulance place, and let's just get maybe my little machine is not working right. I mean, because like other than having this headache, I don't feel bad at all. And let's just get them to check it and see what they say. So we run over there. They check it, says exactly the same thing. It's like 186 over something. And he said, with you having a headache and it being this high, I would suggest either you let us take you on to the hospital, or y'all go on to the hospital. So I wasn't getting in the ambulance. So we went on to the hospital, and they did a workup, and he seemed to think that I was having a migraine, and that was what made my blood pressure go so high. And so, but he did start me on a blood pressure medicine and told me to, like, now take it like in the morning, and like track it for 2 weeks, and then get back in with your regular doctor. So I start taking the medicine. I don't remember what it's called. I'll put it on the screen here when I edit this video. But I started taking that, y'all. When I tell you, my anxiety went through the roof. And I thought, at first I was thinking, what in the world is wrong with me? I mean, all of a sudden, it was that anxious, oh my God, you know, I'm gonna die, my kids are gonna die, you know, somebody's gonna murder. It was that, like when I took an antidepressant, it started that again, and I was like, oh no, this ain't working for me. Well, in the meantime, I've had this spot on my hip that I've been watching for, you know, several years, because it was like really black, and, you know, I don't have another one like it. You know, it's the only one I had. And well, y'all, when that anxiety hit, the anxiety about that spot became overwhelming. I was like, oh dear God. So I get in with the dermatologist. I'm like, let me go get this spot checked out, because God forbid, I mean, I've been watching it, like I think I have a picture of it from literally 6 years ago, because I've been watching it for that long and it hasn't changed, it hasn't grown, any of that kind of stuff. So I thought, I know it's probably nothing, but you just never know. Because it looks like, when you look at the pictures, that's what's so bad. You look at the pictures, it looks just like melanoma. And this other thing that she ended up calling it looks just like the pictures of that. Anyway, I get in with the dermatologist, but in the meantime, I'm like, oh my God, so anxious. Oh my God, I've got skin cancer. I'm going to die. Oh my God. The anxiety I can't stand it, y'all. And so I get in with her, and literally, that was a month ago, and I just got the results yesterday. It was benign, so thank goodness for that. But so now I feel better. And I told her, I said, I know the tanning bed really, really helps me, but I know that's probably not really good for us because, it's the tanning bed. And she said, well, this is the way I see it. She said, if it really helps you, like with mood and all that kind of stuff, she said, do it. But please don't overdo it, and have your skin checked every year. And I think, she didn't say, and I think you'll be okay. That's just what she said. She said, I think if it really helps you to that degree, and, don't overdo it, but get your skin checked every year. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to get my skin checked. Oh, and another thing, I had another doctor's appointment in the meantime. So I said, listen, I looked it up because I thought there's no way this blood pressure medicine is causing me to be this anxious. But I looked it up. Sure enough, anxiety is one of the side effects. And I thought, oh my God, that's good, because maybe I can take a different one, because I don't know if all of them did. Until I talked to my doctor and I said, this medicine is causing me to be crazy anxious. Is there a different one that I can take? And I mean, my blood pressure's been great, but I am on a blood pressure medicine. You know what I mean? But so she switched it, and I haven't been having the anxiety anymore. So it all worked out, and I do want to get back on some kind of diet. I know that'll help my mood a lot too, because look, these 15 chins I got, I hate. That's one of the reasons. Like I have videoed, like I said, 1,000 times, and I've thrown them away 1,000 times because I'm like, oh God, you look horrible. So I need to do that. But I said I was gonna get back in the tanning bed today, but I'm not, because it's just hot, and I have to do it first thing in the morning, because if you do it in the evening, girl, them beds are smoking, and I just can't make myself get in there because I'm already sweating as it is, and you get in there and no, I just can't do it. So I have to get in the morning in there before everybody else gets started, while it's not quite so hot. But yeah, that's what's been going on. Had, anxiety to go with my depression. And like, I hate calling it depression, because I don't feel depressed. I don't feel sad. I don't feel down. I don't feel, like I said in the other clip, I don't feel anything. And that's depression. That's, like, I don't feel, I'm content to, because like I've told y'all before, I don't sit like on this hurts my back to sit like this very much. I have to lay down. So I just lay across my bed back there. And I'm content to do that. And, and I have the internet, so I can look all day long. I can watch, it keeps me entertained, and I just zone out. And that's the way I like it. I prefer, don't talk to me. I won't talk to you. Yeah. So, but getting back in the tanning bed, y'all, helps so much, because even in the little space of time that I had gotten back in it, that's when I started making stuff. I went and got the stuff to make this, and make those dresses, and make those bracelets, and all. And I don't have the bracelets up here with me, but I'll show you those at another time, because I do plan on trying to make this regular, because I'm just like, life's just passing me by, and I'm just okay with that, and I don't want to be okay with that. So I know that I've probably lost subscribers, that they've given up on me, that I wasn't going to film anymore, and that's fine. This was never for a following, you know what I mean? And the ones that, really care and have stayed, y'all have been messaging me, asking me where I am I ever coming back? And I'm sorry that I've been gone, but that's just the way life kind of felt, kind of went, for the moment. But anyway, I'm gonna get myself back in the tanning bed, feel better, do better, hopefully in every way, and hopefully this is me coming back. I'll try to be here, like, for sure every Friday. I'd like to do more. I don't know if I will, but I would like to. And I do want to make an updated video on my diverticulitis, because that literally, it's not the most watched. Some of my other videos are my most watched, but my diverticulitis videos are like really popular. It gets lots of views, lots of comments. So I'd like to make an updated video on that because it is doing fabulous. I have not had any attacks. It's y'all changed my life in that respect. But yeah, Clay and I are gonna run and get some Chick-fil-A for lunch. Well, it's after lunch, but we haven't eaten, so we're gonna run and get some Chick-fil-A. Then Callie's gotta go see the doctor, and we'll get her ear all patched up. And yeah, we will see y'all in the next video. Might be before Friday, but I'm gonna try to make sure it'll be every Friday. So thanks guys for hanging around, sticking in there, and not giving up on us. And we will see you next time. Bye.